Ever wonder why the tax system seems so complicated? Is it fairness, necessity, or just a convoluted maze of rules and regulations? Buckle up as we delve into the evolution of the American tax system, from its roots to today's intricate labyrinth. In 1913, the 16th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution was ratified, giving Congress the authority to impose a federal income tax. The decision? A progressive income tax, intended to distribute the tax burden according to income level. The idea was simple. Those who earn more should pay more, both in absolute and relative terms. Yet, this system isn't free from controversy, as it can be manipulated by those with political connections or used by politicians to favor or punish specific groups. Every year, tax laws change and become even more burdensome. A whopping 6.6 billion labor hours are spent complying with the IRS, costing an astronomical $260 billion in labor. That's a lot of time and resources spent on paperwork, rather than on productive, wealth-generating activities. It's a common misconception that the IRS only audits high-income earners. In reality, 15 out of every 1,000 taxpayers are audited, and nearly 13 of those are lower-income earners. Why? It's easier for the IRS to enforce collection goals against those who can't afford accountants and lawyers. The progressive income tax system also results in a disproportionate distribution of the tax burden. The top 50% of taxpayers pay a staggering 97.7% of all federal income tax, while the bottom 50% pay a mere 2.3%. However, wealthier taxpayers often manage to reduce their effective tax rates by classifying a large portion of their income as non-taxable. But the tax burden doesn't end there. It takes the average taxpayer 108 days of labor to pay their annual tax bill. Yet after paying federal, state, and local income taxes, Social Security, Medicare, and property taxes, we've only covered 80% of all taxes paid. The remaining 20%? Hidden taxes and fees. Calls for increases in corporate taxes are often made by politicians. However, this tax burden is simply passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices, lower wages, and reduced employment. The corporate tax has a high burden on lower and middle-class consumers who spend a higher percent of their income on goods and services and less on investment. Therefore, corporate tax disproportionately affects middle and lower-income taxpayers. In essence, taxes are a necessary evil for a functioning society and government. However, the attempt to create a fair tax has morphed into a complicated maze of regulations. The tax system can be manipulated to find new ways to take from one to give to others. So we ask you, how free can a society be when the primary purpose of a taxpayer is not to live as a free citizen, but to labor to pay Peter? It's time to take action, become informed, be proactive, understand the tax laws and how they affect you. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it just might be the power to change the system.